Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. My name is SubZeroExtabyte and today we are going to be playing some more Minecraft. We are going to be building a castle. Why a castle, you may ask? Well, today I have decided that I want to learn to defend myself against the extreme mutated mobs that I have encountered before. I also need to teach you guys how exactly to do this yourselves in case you ever need to defend against the evil creatures and dark mutations of the night. We should get started before it is dark. Let's start with the foundation for our castle fort thing. We should use a decent and strong material, so as you can see, I have some stone bricks. I am going to place down some stone brick as the walls for my castle, and soon I will add a floor as well. If you guys are ever building your own fort, you can always use stone brick to build the castle, as it is a really interesting looking material and it has plenty of cool looks. Also, it is the most similar to castle wall bricks, which is kinda cool. You could also use various other blocks, as Minecraft is filled with plenty of different pattern blocks that you can use to decorate. I think that I'm going to need a floor that looks a little bit more attractive than a bunch of stone and plain old coal ore. I have decided that I am actually going to fill in the floor with some white or light gray gravel. I think that it looks quite nice and contrasts the stone brick walls very well. I can't wait to build up this fort strong and tall to defend from the evil beasts in the darkness. It is going to be a battle of epic proportions and I am not sure if I am prepared for the challenge. I hope you guys are following along okay and are understanding what needs to be done. Remember that for a good floor, you need to fill in all the blocks in a uniform and orderly fashion. You could try being more advanced and add some patterns, but I think I am going to stay simple for now and carry through with an all-in-one colored gravel floor. I can already feel it on my shoes. It is really comfy to walk on. Next up, I need to build up the walls as with any structure. Here is a really good building tip that pros use that you might not be aware of if you are an unexperienced builder or player, or if you are a noob. You don't have to build walls one layer of bricks at a time. You can actually stack about 3 or 4 blocks and go along placing a full wall at once, because Minecraft characters can reach further than one block, and placing down multiple blocks at once is quicker than individually. This fort is going to need to be really tall, as we are not just battling players and regular small mobs. I am going to test this fort against the biggest and strongest mobs of all, and the walls are going to have to be large enough so that the enemies and evil creatures can't just climb over or break down the walls. They also need to be tall so I can see far away. This is a tense day, as I am going to have to complete this base soon before monsters come from the dark and destroy me. It will only be a simulation, as I will be spawning the creatures myself, but for the sake of the video I am just going to pretend like they randomly appeared and I have to battle them to desperately protect my fort at all costs. I mean, once the mobs spawn and I am set into survival mode, they will still want to destroy me and get into the base to tear me apart and eat me alive like the savage creatures they are. How fearsome indeed, to say the least. As you can see, I have started work on the corners of the castle. This fort will have 4 corners towers that will be used for ranged attack and for the ability to see enemies from far away. I am a big fan of symmetry, so I am going to create 4 equal corners and make them the exact same. You can always change up the design a little bit, but remember that it is still always important to keep defense in mind, as well as overall attractiveness and look of the whole fort. It doesn't matter how nice your fort looks if it can't protect you from even the simplest of mobs. Only noobs will focus on design only, unless you are making a fort just for looks and not to actually use to battle people and enemies with. In that case, it is totally fine. I have also added spikes to the tops of the walls, if you haven't noticed, to make the castle more defendable, as archers are able to hide behind the stokes that I have set up. Also, I am extending the platform of each corner of the lookout tower so that there is extra room to roam and shoot and locate targets, which I think is very important and essential to building a base for battle to protect your valuable items. For each of my guard posts, I have successfully added walkway bridges. These will act as a passageway that is quick and easy for archers to get from tower to tower. I think that it can work especially well here, considering the entire base is rather small in size due to the fact it is only needed to protect one person and their valuable items, which is me. Here's hoping these walkways will actually come in handy. I also really need to add some barriers to each of the platforms. The mutated creatures have some very special, strong and deadly powers that could push me down onto the floor. Now I think I am done with building fully with the stone bricks. Perhaps I will add a few more later, but for now I am going to use some patterned stone brick to decorate the top spokes of each corner and make sure that the castle looks deadly and a force to be reckoned with. Oh, How could I forget that I also need to clear out the doorways for each tower so that I can actually get into them. Imagine if I went into battle and forgot to build doors everywhere and wasn't able to get around and defend the entire fort. That wouldn't be good at all. I also can't forget to include ladders so that I can quickly rush up and get to the top of the towers during the battle. I could have built winding stairs to get up to each tower, but unfortunately that would be far too slow and I wouldn't be able to get up quick enough. A ladder is a lot more efficient and rather quick to use. I think it is time to add a bit more decoration and defense to my defensive fort because right now it doesn't look too good. Rather boring in fact due to all of the stone brick. I am going to use some actual chain bars to cover the bridges. I am thinking that potentially during the battle some of the larger mobs might knock me right off these bridges unless I add some sort of protection. I am going to add some useful bars to the sides of all these walkways and I think that will work a lot better in all honest. I can't wait to see how all of this turns out. I can't wait for the battle. I hope you guys are thinking what I am thinking. I am definitely going to have a good battle against these evil creatures that I'm going to end up spawning further towards the end of the video. Right now I really do need to focus on making sure I build up the fort. However, I am going to add a few bits and bobs extra before going into the battle, and I also need to make sure I don't leave any part forgotten about, as all of these four sides of the square fort need to be exactly the same because there is no telling where I could be attacked from during the horrendous battle. The base is truly starting to look better and better. I wish that Chip was here to see how amazing my castle is. For those of you viewers who only watch my Minecraft videos, Chip is actually a pet robot and also my bestest friend in the whole wide world, and he only exists within Roblox. I dream of one day fully bringing him into the Minecraft world, but for now I can deal with just killing and defeating large mutated mobs and playing around with my friends on different maps and servers and such. There certainly is a lot to do in Minecraft, that's for sure. I can't forget torches when it gets dark. By the end of the day, when the mobs start to spawn, I am going to need some sort of way to see and target the bad guys. Light is always a must, and it is essential to light up any base. It is approaching nighttime here in this Minecraft world, and the time for battle is almost upon us. I feel like I am forgetting a few things, so I am going to do some last minute checks and add some stuff to my fort before I go slaying with a massive sword and a bow and arrow. Any fort needs a setup, so I am going to have to add some different things to within. I am going to start out with a chest that would be used to hold all of my rare items and armor that I'm going to be taking into battle with me. I also need a crafting bench and a furnace, as all good Minecraft setups need these two things to be able to do anything quickly that may be essential, like crafting an important item, smelting an ore, or even cooking some food to eat and fill me up. I have decided to fill the chest with all the important items I will use for the battle. This will include a diamond sword, a fully fledged and shining suit of diamond armor, as well as some tasty arrows to go with my bow. Make sure to leave comments telling me what sort of other building tutorials you want to see me do next. Remember that you can always comment on videos and leave feedback whenever you want. You can show love, you can show support, you can tell me how much you enjoyed the video or what you liked specifically about it, or even funny moments that happened throughout all of my videos and whatnot. Perhaps you want to advise me on what I am doing badly and how I can improve, and maybe you can even leave suggestions for what else I can do in the Minecraft world to make these videos on my channel extra awesome. Anyways, back to the impending battle at hand, guys. Keep focused here. Right now I am adding some last minute touches to my fort as the sun sets in the west and night begins to rise with the moon. I am in trouble here, but I need to add extra walkways to my walls for defensive purposes that I think will work out really well. I can't forget that I also need a door at the base, as much as I don't want evil mobs sneaking and finding their way inside. I will be in survival mode during the battle, so I am going to be in desperate need of some sort of way out of the fort, and I will need a door to do so. I guess, however, I do have the walls, and I think I might just add a staircase to the walls. If I am defending the fort and I have ranged weapons, I actually don't need to go outside at all, so maybe I can use this more as a trap door to make sure only I can get in when I am in creative mode. That reminds me that I need to tell you guys something important. If you are liking what I am doing and you are following along to learn how to build a good base or are even just entertained by the video and myself, then make sure to hit that like button. Slapping the like button tells me, the creator, that my viewers and loyal fans at home actually enjoy the content that I'm producing daily. You guys have been leaving so much love on my past videos that it is hard to even imagine how much you guys love the games that we all play. Both Minecraft and Roblox are really awesome. The defensive door is now flooded with lava and only I will be able to enter this base. Monsters and other player enemies will stand no chance, especially with the iron doors. I am so glad that I found a way to actually incorporate lava into my build. In case you guys didn't know, lava is actually one of my favorite things in the whole world, right next to cookies. I think that lava is so cool and looks so bright. In Minecraft it is especially awesome when it isn't burning you alive. The Nether has always been one of my favorite settings in any game in the entire world ever, to tell the truth. The outer rim that I am building is created out of strong stone brick. This is to make sure at all possible times I am safe from falling off the wall and into the dark wilderness outside that will be riddled with evil and crawling with mobs. I am going to use this ledge if I fall of the towers and need to reach the mobs before it is too late. I think this base is really starting to shape up and finally looks like a force to truly be reckoned with, just like I wanted it to be. I think I have definitely done a good job here, guys, and I am proud if I do say so myself. I wonder if you guys are proud of me. As you can see, guys, right now I am going to add some stairs to the walls on the inside. Archers have always needed a quick route to the top of the walls, and in the older days and medieval times, if a tower was destroyed by attacking enemies, archers would use secondary staircases around the outsides and insides of the walls to reach to top and the spokes to attack the enemies with ranged weaponry. I think the base is finally done and completed. I know I have been taking a long time, but I am a perfectionist and wanted it to be just right. I also can't forget torches. They are required in the midsection to light up the wall and make sure no normal regular mobs spawn and start attacking me from within. The worst thing that can happen to you in a battle is be attacked and sabotaged from the inside. A zombie or skeleton could easily spawn and completely ruin my day, or even a creeper. A deadly creeper explosion would tear apart my wall and unleash all of the monsters outside and to invade and kill me, and that would be terrifying. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but I have also been placing down green flags while talking. So without further ado, let us christen this base with a sign and call it Sub's Fort. It will defend against any monsters and anyone seeking refuge is welcome. Now it is time for the moment you have all been waiting for. Time to spawn in the giant mutated creatures from creative mode. I am going to choose a variety and then spam spawn them all around the fort so that they are everywhere to be seen, and it somewhat simulates an attack from all sides as if we were being surrounded by an unknown force, which is very similar to how battles used to be fought in the olden days when there was no technology to warn them of who and what was coming to attack them. It is time now to really defeat these monsters. I have spawned some golems and mutated creatures to begin the attack. Time to go and grab my stuff from the supply chest. It turns out that I actually threw an iron sword in there instead of a diamond one, but oh well. That mistake doesn't matter too much as I have plenty of arrows to defend this place from a range standpoint, and an iron sword is still a heck of a lot better than stone or wood. It is time to suit up and begin the fight. The golems are weak and can be destroyed fairly easily, but they throw large dirt blocks that can cause a lot of damage and destruction. I think I am doing a good job with taking out these dirt golems. They aren't too difficult for a Minecraft pro like me who can quickly dodge incoming objects. I do have to be careful of the mutated creatures, however, as they spit a spooky string of pink acid that can badly damage me if I am hit. I think that I can deal with them all fairly easily, however, with little to no problems whatsoever and without taking any damage. So far our entire place is holding up pretty well, I would say. These smaller mobs have really got nothing on me and my outstanding fort. They will never defeat us, so perhaps it is time for a different challenge. That reminds me, by the way, guys, I would love to see your different designs for forts. If you designed one just like mine, used different materials, or even used a completely different layout entirely and plan your own, you can send me pictures on Twitter by following me at SubZeroExtabyte. Following me on Twitter gives you access to all of my video and content updates whenever I upload a video. I even sometimes talk about behind the scenes stuff and what I am doing in my life if you guys are interested, so make sure you check that out for more interaction with your favorite creators. This battle has been really tough and perhaps I bit off more than I could chew when spawning all of these crazy monsters. I am starting to think I shouldn't have spawned a giant world-eating worm that is now on the loose across the place. I am pretty sure that is going to end me, and I have no way to defeat it other than my arrows, which don't seem to be doing much in the way of affecting the worm. Also, it has completely buried itself underground, so I can't even reach or hit the thing most of the time, which is really annoying. I guess this is it, but I guess it has been fun. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I hope you learned some lessons on how to build a really strong base for defending against powerful and extreme mobs.